What's going on, everyone? We are live. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. Today's Friday. It is Financial Friday, our first Financial Friday, which I'm really looking forward to because it's, well, number one, it's Friday, which is nice, which means it's the weekend. Hopefully you have something really good planned out for this weekend. Hopefully your week has gone great. And of course, it's also really exciting because we get to talk about money. And who doesn't love talking about money? If you don't fear. It's important. It's important to really understand finances and to know the lingo and to be able to be financially fluent, so you kind of understand, so you know how to, make that money, make enough money that you need or that you want, to survive and have the lifestyle that you want. It's just really important. Do I know everything there is to know about money? Absolutely not. I don't know. I feel like I know on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 would be, somebody who knows nothing about money, and 10 being like, I don't know, like Warren Buffett or something like that could really understand all the nuances of finance and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm like a 2, maybe 2.5. So I have a lot to learn, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of put this stuff out there, so that we can kind of learn together, and I can see where I am. And if you have anything that you want to let me know, something that I'm not thinking about right, do let me know. So one thing that I think is important, and this is I do believe from listening to stuff from Warren Buffett, where he really talks about, I think it's Warren Buffett and also Robert Kiyosaki, and anyways, a few guys. It's really important to understand the 3 different types of reports that you can look at a company to kind of understand its financial situation, its financial health, or its health as a business. And that's like the profit and loss statement, and the what is the other one? Like understanding the cash flow statement, and then understanding the, what is the other one called? Oh, it's killing me. Give me a second. It's something to do with your assets, your balance sheet. So like understanding all those 3 together can give you a good overview of the health of a company. So what I think would be good to do for now, for us starting out here today, in this Financial Friday, is to take a look at our profit and loss for the past, since we started every month. And then we can maybe try to think about understanding kind of how we're doing as a company. And yeah, I think we'll just start from there, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of information we can glean from how we're doing. So I'm just here getting some music going. Give me 1 minute here. Way too loud. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully I should be okay to share some of this stuff. But yeah, so here, all right, this is our up-to-date, what are we at? This is, I guess, the dashboard. Let's go to our report section, and let's go to the profit and loss. And so what we want to do, we want to start our profit and loss from, let's go 2022. From when we started, we're going to do month to month. And then we got nothing for September. And then we're going to, I don't know, maybe export this and maybe put this in Excel, because I think we want to compare each month. Yeah, we'll try that, and we'll see what we get. So October to October, and run reports. Okay, so this is our first profit and loss from our first month of operation. We have income, $8,500, expenses, $5,900. So profit of $2,600. So can we export this? Looks like we can export to Excel. And where should we put this? profit and loss, but this is for October. That's not in the right spot where I wanted it. Right here. Okay, perfect. So that gives us this table here, which we can see where our income is coming in from, and then just all of our expenses. I don't think we need to know specifically where the expenses are. We might just focus on just the general income and expenses. Okay, so let's go to November. All right, there's our income as well and our expenses. A little bit better there in terms of overall profit. I think one of the key takeaways already that I know I have is that, you know, the first 2 months of business, we're already turning a profit. So I think that's pretty good. Like, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, and now we have December. Excellent. December, again, another profit of $3,200. Not bad. What do I want to do? Yeah, export, right. 2022 and December. Okay. So now we want to go into January of this year. January, that's a pretty good year. $5,500 in profit. Export. 2023 01. February. Okay. Export, yeah. 2023 02. Copy that. And paste quickly. And March. Oh, March was a crazy month. $13,000 in profit. That's pretty good. Nope. April. A lot less income here in April. See, what we'd like to do is we'd like to be consistent, like with how much income we're generating every month, and not have, you know, these larger swings. But I know some of the inconsistencies come also. So May was not so good at all in terms of profits. Lots of expenses. Where's this money spending? Lots of subscriptions. Oh, there was lots of stuff for travel. Right. That's okay. That was kind of reimbursed, but it kind of comes out in the wash. So I ran the report. Let's export. This is May. Now we want June. Yeah, there's a reimbursement there. So again, another good month. Yeah, I know a lot of discrepancies come from when when the work was done, from when I actually received payment from my clients. So maybe it's good to think of averages. And April, May, that was June. Now we're actually in July, and July is not done yet. So we won't run it for July until probably next Friday. We'll kind of add on to this. Okay, so let's leave that there for now. And let's take a look at all of our sheets. So where's this one? Oh, there it is. Oh. So let's see what we got. Let's go. Hang on. Is it only condensed? Okay, let's go profit and loss. Income, expenses. And then I guess we want to do month here. So starting in October. Don't display it like this. I want to display as month, year. Okay. April, May, June. Oh. Okay. So I just need this. Just paste the value. Thank you. And expenses. Just the value. Then let's have profit. Or I guess it'll be negative if it's in brackets. Okay. So this equals this minus this. Okay. So now we just got to get all the other months. Okay. Sorry, this is probably really small, right? Let me zoom in here. There we go. Okay, actually what I want to do is these should also be currency. Pay special, the income. Okay, copy that. Expenses. Copy that one. Paste. And oh, I didn't finish. Expenses. And paste there. Paste. Oh, whoops, what just happened? Paste. Ooh, May is definitely the worst month. By far. How did that go for June? Oh, here it is. And expenses. Okay, so I mean, let's look at our totals here. This minus this. Okay, so here's our profit and loss. So what do we take from this? How do we analyze this? Okay, so obviously, I mean, for me, looking at these numbers right off the bat, obviously I'm happy about these numbers, clearly. So we've made $80,000 in total revenue in October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 9 months of operations to make $80,000. And yeah, take home a profit of $46,000. Now, I will say one thing about how I run, or what should I say? Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit for a second about my philosophy for how I'm actually paying myself. So that $80,000 in income and then the $33,000 in expenses. So what I do in order to take money out, actually, before I say something, I just want to make sure I'm getting my terminology down correctly. Right. No, I think that's going to come from the balance sheet report. Okay, so I have my balance sheet up here, and I'm going to show it to you guys in a second. So the way that I pay myself is right now, the way things are set up, and things are going to be changing here in the next, for the rest of the year. It's actually going to be, we're gonna go through quite a change here, which is going to be, I'm really excited for it. But anyways, so how I pay myself is not through a salary, but I pay myself through dividends payments. And what I do is every month, basically my salary or what I make as a business owner is I put myself at $15,000 a year. Why do I put that much? Because I think that's about the number that you can make as a Canadian before you stop or before you have to pay taxes. So if there's one thing that you probably know about me, if you don't, you'll start to get to know very, very soon, is that I want to avoid paying taxes as much as possible. Why? Well, that's another story as to why I don't want to pay taxes, which we can certainly discuss. So that's where I'm at right now with payment. And so I make $15,000 a year. And then my wife also works with me. So she helps run a lot of the stuff behind the scenes. And she also gets payment through Piixel, which actually does count as an expense because she's paid as a contractor. And she also gets paid $15,000 a year. So combined, we have a salary of $30,000 a year, but we don't pay any taxes. Or when we do our taxes, we shouldn't have to pay any taxes because we're at that poverty kind of threshold. So with that being said, here's my balance sheet as of June 30th. Again, we're not including July because we're not done yet. So I think where this comes out of, it comes out in, so we have all of our assets here. Assets includes cash in the bank, which I think is these current access. So that's $34,000 of what we have in the bank. And then we have our plant, property, and equipment. These are things like my camera, my computer, basically all the gear that I have to do business. Liabilities, just credit cards and GST payments. That's fine. And here it is we're equity. So right here is, where is it? I think it's, right here is this dividend payment. So that's what I use to take out money to pay myself. So it doesn't come out as an expense on the, it won't be on the profit and loss sheet. So it comes out of that profits at the end of the day as equity, as a dividends payment. So that's how I pay myself. But again, my wife's payment does come out as an expense on the profit and loss sheet. So that is how I pay myself. And so how do we put this together? So one thing, again, like I was saying earlier, understanding the profit and loss and your balance sheet and your cash flow is essential to understanding your business. So what kind of information can we glean from this, from analyzing this? So I can see right now, looking at the balance sheet. So obviously we have profit of the year so far at $45,000, which is really good. This equity, where does this $38,000 come from? I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure what these mean. So total liabilities and equity. I guess this is total liabilities. That's this number minus this number gives this. Or if you add them together. Yeah, because that's liabilities plus equity, which also happens to be just total assets. Yeah, so I'm always a little bit confused with how to read this. Like, what if I click on here? What does this show me? Right, this just shows me all the interactions for things that I made for equity. Okay, so go back. Well, no, not liabilities and equity. Yeah, liabilities plus equity. That's this number here, which just happens to equal our total assets. So I guess, I don't know, the numbers add up. So looking at this, and then again, looking at the profit and loss, I'm not sure exactly what to say other than there's money in the bank and we're making money every month. We do have a profit. So that is a really good thing, I guess. So we can say, I think, that Piixel is profitable, which is, I think, is a good thing to say. I wonder, what's the average here? Equals this. This right now will just be divided by 10. So I wonder, it would be really nice to see if we can think about how we can reduce our expenses, because they do seem pretty high. But again, 1,250 of those expenses are due to paying contractors. And there's lots. I do know that I have lots for Webflow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not bad. Could it be better? I guess it could be better. I mean, those are two ways to increase your profit line, right? Is to decrease your expenses or to increase your income. So, okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not sure what else more I could say about this, because I don't really know how else I could interpret these statements. Do let me know what you think about this. I guess we could dive a little bit more into the actual income and how the income is being generated, and if there's any ways that we can increase our income more. But I think that's going to be a lot more important once we get into going fully on board into kind of our subscription service that we're going to have with Piixel, which again is going to have your, what's it going to have? It's going to have your monthly recurring income for people that are just wanting websites, and then it's going to have the monthly recurring income for people that are going to want SEO services that we're going to provide. So those are the two different kind of services. So then that income, again, should be pretty consistent. Then we can kind of see if we're gaining subscribers or losing subscribers, seeing what our churn is like, all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll make for a very interesting analysis to see how well it is that we're doing within the business. But again, I think the key takeaways for our first Financial Friday here is that I think the finances, they seem healthy. I know myself personally, I'm not worried about how much money I have or how much money is in the bank. What I am really worried about is taxes and how I can minimize my taxes, because all this profit, I guess, that I have so far, the $45,000 or $46,000 in profit, I'm going to have to pay taxes on that. And the corporate tax rate is about 15%, which, yeah, maybe it's not that high, but I don't know. That's really high. If you want to know why I don't like taxes or why I'd want to minimize my taxes, just let me know. I'd be happy to do some Canadian tax rambling at some point. I don't know anybody who really enjoys to pay taxes, unless you're actually getting good services for those taxes. But if you're not getting good services for those taxes, it seems a little bit more like a burden than anything. But yeah, so what do you think? Let me know what you think of our profit and loss, and be nice maybe to end up with one kind of like a takeaway or something like that in terms of what I'm going to try to do for the week or the month or something like that. But maybe we'll do another analysis because we'll have our July profit and loss statement as well. And maybe we'll do some investigation as to how to read these reports and how we could glean some interesting information from them. Yeah. So I think I'll leave it at that for today. Very simple, a little bit short, to the point. But anyways, I hope you get anything out of this, just checking out my profit and loss statement. And what was really important to me to start off with this company, when I started this company, is to not run at like a deficit or to go into debt for anything. I did not want to borrow any money at all in order to start this company. So really what I'm relying on is the equipment that I already had, the skills that I had. And that's the big thing, is developing skills. You have to develop skills in order to be able to trade them basically for money for other people, right? You're giving your skills and knowledge as value to a potential client or to a customer because they don't have that particular skills, and they're going to be willing to pay you to be able to do something for them that they can't do themselves. So that is probably in business one of the most important things to do, especially if you're going to do any kind of service-based business, is to know the skills that you need to success. Whether that could be sales, whether that's in computers, whether that's like handyman skills, or you're able to fix anything and you want to start your own whatever handyman service company, which would be huge, by the way. If you start some kind of handyman, journeyman kind of company, I mean, you could be killing it at like $1,000 a day, maybe even more. But then the other skills too is business savvy skills, because if you don't have the actual personal skills, you can hire that out to other people to do the work, but you know how to build a business and how to, market yourself. And then, like just imagine if you knew how to market to people and you knew how to create some kind of handyman business or what have you, you can hire other people or you can contract them out to do the work. So you're the one that bringing the people, bringing the leads, people like, oh, my faucet's not working. I have a leak here. I need some stuff done to my roof, or my drain in my sink is clogged. You send someone over, you charge $250 to the client, unclog their drain. You pay $100 to the contractor. You keep the $150 for yourself. All kinds of ways to do business. But the key, at least for me, is to do it without taking any loans or going into debt. And I think a lot of people can use the existing knowledge and tools that they have to start something at a very, very low barrier of entry, especially now with the internet and computers and the things that you can do online. You don't have to go into debt and do these crazy things where you're just burning through a bunch of money, hiring a bunch of different people that you cannot justify because you're not making any income. So my advice anyways, that's not really advice, but just for me, that's not for me. I don't understand that stuff. I don't understand going out there, getting $5 million in funding and not even having a concept of how you're going to make money. You're just kind of creating a product. I don't understand that at all. So that is not for me. So profit from day one and just go and build from there. So it seems to be working for me. So maybe it could work for you too. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching, and have yourself a fantastic weekend. It is the weekend. Enjoy. I know I'm going to get to work here and to have some good stuff ready for you guys on Monday. All right, guys. Until then, see ya. We'll see you next time.